Knicks city unis, boy, they stay clean. I just caught mine off of fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday night. We are back. Thank you for tuning in to SKF Weekly. You see it. I'm your man, Ron. That's my brother. That is my other brother. You see it. Anyway, I'm holding it down, y'all. John couldn't be here tonight. He is tied up. So, you know what I mean? We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it do what it do. So hopefully everybody's doing okay out there. I know, you know what I mean? This is what it is, guys. You know, the ups and downs of being a fan of a basketball team or any sports team, I guess. You know, you go with the highs and now it's the lows. We were going crazy. We were on cloud 9 because of acquiring Mikal Bridges and then the NBA draft and how we finagled and made moves and got some young, good talent and still came out of there with some picks. And now comes the bad news. We wind up losing Isaiah Hartenstein to the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what I mean? 3 years, $87 million. It was one of those, man. One of those things. It is what it is, guys. It was nice to have him as a part of this club. Definitely liked his spirit, his personality, his fight, his chutzpah. But as with everything in life, man, there's easy come, easy go. And we can't blame Mr. Isaiah Hartenstein for leaving because, quite frankly, a lot of us would have a really tough decision. I know there's some Knicks fans out there that are not happy. You know, I know you guys are really upset because you feel like this is our best chance. This is the closest we ever been to having a chance at being title contenders. And you want us to have all of our players here. You know, I've seen people talking about how, you know, our star players have taken less money to kind of make things worse. Work, should I say. Julius Randle took less money in the past. Jalen Brunson took less money to sign with us to give us an opportunity to build around him. But as I was saying earlier on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and on YouTube, you know, Julius Randle, I don't care what you think, you know, he's a star player. You know what I mean? Julius Randle is a star player. He's a 3-time All-NBA player. I'm sorry. 3-time All-NBA or maybe 2-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Star. That's what it is, I think. Either way, you know, and Jalen Brunson is a first-time All-Star and first-time All-NBA player. But these guys are star-type players. They're going to get big contracts. They're going to be able to make their money. They got a lot of talent. Isaiah Hartenstein's not always going to be able to see the bag. This is his first time really seeing some big money. Let's not forget, he was I think suing the Brooklyn Nets, something having to do with his agent, coming out of the draft or whatever. Something happened when he first started his career, and he should have been entitled to making much more money. And we're talking like 18 million, and he somehow got screwed over with that money. I forgot the story, so I apologize, but there was a New York Post article, a Daily News article about it and stuff. So he's always kind of had that little chip on his shoulder that he should have been making more money out the gate to start with. So there's been money that's left on the table for him. And I'm not saying he left only because of the money, but OKC put so much extra money in front of him. And they have a good team, guys. Look, I know he was a part of this Knicks team. We watched how far they could go dealing with the injuries, and there's a lot of camaraderie there with the guys. He has great friendships with the guys. But like I said before, man, some guys don't get these type of opportunities all the time, and he got the opportunity to get the bag. It's hard for us to say, look, if it was, and this is what I said before. I said it before with regards to OG Anunoby. If OG Anunoby could get, I think the highest he could get was maybe 236, 237. Don't quote me. It's somewhere around there. If he could get around 236, 237, for example, and the Knicks could only offer him 175, guess what, y'all? OG Anunoby would have said, doo-doo, peace. Dile peace. He would have been out. But the difference with OG is the Knicks actually could get closer to that high point. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might say, man, he still left 237. He left, 20 million on the table, possibly, but he got 212 million. It's a lot more money, and it's a lot more incentive to say, okay, that's a lot of money. I'm good with that. And I'm on a good team. We have championship dreams and stuff, and I'm a part of that. We might be able to do some things here. So OG was easier. iHeart, it's tougher when the Knicks can only offer him 72 million over 4 years. Somewhere in between 16 to 18 per year. And then another team can offer him 29 million per year. He got 87 for 3 years. But if you add that up, what would that have been for a fourth year? Another 29 million. So we're talking fast math is, I'm just going to say 30. Fast math gives me 13, then 20, then 123 around there. So 122. He could have got 4 years, 122 from OKC. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. We can't match that type of money. It is what it is. And yeah. So wish him the best. Once a Knick, always a Knick. But we got to move on. We got to figure out what's next. And it's not going to be easy. One thing I do want my fellow Knick fans to understand is that we're still a very good team. And we can still be a championship contending team. What we need to focus on is making sure that we've got healthy bodies that can give us the bare minimum from a position. It's specifically the center position, right? The bare minimum that we should be looking for from the center position. And right now it's all about the backup, right? Because, Mitchell Robinson got elevated back up to a starter now. And that was his role. The only reason he lost is because he got hurt. And iHeart was playing really good when he took over the role. But Mitch was, I just don't want you guys to forget, because we forget things. It's always Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? You know how it is. When Mitch went down, he was top 10 center in the league for everything he was doing. He was getting rebounds. He was getting some points, but he was also getting 4 or 5 steals a game. It turned out to be more closer to, on average, after all, everything was said and done, a little different. But at that time, he was getting around 3 or 4 steals a game. Some games he had 5, 6 steals. It was crazy. Mitch was a demon in the early part of the year. So it's not like you don't have the talent, guys. I said it before. The only thing I criticize Mitch about is his availability and his ability to knock down these damn free throws. Hit your free throws, Mitch. Give me 45%. I'll take that. You don't need to be 50, 60. That's a dream. 45% is better than 38. That was 7 percentage points more. That means, a lot more baskets you might hit for us. We need that. Okay. And just be out there. Give us 55 to 60 games and the playoffs, right? So you can get hurt throughout the season, but I need you for at least 55 or 60 games, and you got to be there for the playoffs. And we good. We Gucci. So that's all I want. But he makes a difference, guys. I think sometimes we forget because Mitch missed 50 games last year. So you forget how good Mitch is to the team. You forget that he actually does do stuff out there that other centers can't do on the defensive end and rebounding. Like, he really does make a difference. And when he's in his bag on defense, guys do not challenge him. Now, I have criticized Mitch before, and I've said that, he's such a good defender, but he's not an elite defender in my eyes because he doesn't make any of these elite teams, the first team defensive, second team, third team, none of that. He's never in the running for defensive player of the year. But when he was playing in the beginning of the season, he would have been if he would have kept that up and stayed healthy, he definitely would have been on one of those all NBA defensive teams. I don't know if he would have won, been in the running for defensive player of the year, but the way he was going at that time, he would have been on one of those 3 teams. So I'll give him that. It changed obviously after he missed the 50 games and came back. He just wasn't where he was before, but I'll give him that at least. So where are we at now? That's a tough one, guys. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. Let me shout out the chat. I want to thank everybody for being here and rocking with me. Please, first thing you do, if you do nothing else, smash that like button. It doesn't hurt you at all. If you're on a phone, click the button to close out of the chat, smash the like button, and then click back into the chat. Take you 2 seconds. I appreciate it. Definitely helps the show, gets that algorithm knowing that we are here, and this is where you will get your Nick info if you haven't found it somewhere else. But this is the place that I would think you would want to be on a Monday night after 9 o'clock. What are we talking about now? Let me see. I'm just checking to see if there's any updates. Give me 1 second. Let me just see if there's any breaking news. All right. Looks like it. No, nothing crazy. The Knicks doesn't look like the Knicks did anything between the time I started the show and now. Yeah. Okay. All right. We good. So shout out to the chat. Walter Blackman in the building. What up, Walter? Appreciate you. Said, good evening, Ron. I'm at work. Get off at 10 p.m. waiting on the show. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here and rocking. Andios NYK in the building. What's good, Andios? He says, salute, peace, love, and blessings to us all. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the show. Definitely. Shout out to my guy, 713 Gamer. Fliggity! What's going on, brother? Thank you for the generous super chat. He says, Mind Hunter for president. Yeah, that's my gamer tag. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I still got the PS5. Come on now. Don't play with me. L, damn it, is in the building. What's up, L? Appreciate you. Thank you. And thanks to both 713 Gamer and L, damn it, both members of Still Nick fans. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being members of the channel. And if you guys out there are interested in being a member, all you got to do is click join. If you see that on your screen, and it allows you to be a member and support the channel in the best way possible. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and definitely being here and chopping it up with me. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. That's what the join page looks like, if anybody was curious. So thank you guys once again. Let's see. Brian Gustin is in the building. He says, salute Ron in the chat. Andios, salute. Appreciate you, Brian. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Shout out to Georgie Ortiz. He said, yo, by the time Ron gets on Philly, he's gonna win. And I apologize, guys. I had some technical difficulties. I couldn't get my green screen to stay up. It was like the piece has broke a long time ago, but I figured out a way to kind of jerry rig it. Ooh, that's an old word. Y'all young whippersnappers don't know about jerry rigging. Anyway, I figured out a way to do that to get it to stay up, but my way that I figured out to do, something happened with that, and I just, it was rough. It took me a minute to get it back, but we're here. So shout out to all of y'all for being patient. Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute. What's good, Kerry? Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being here and rocking. Great Britain is in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Louisiana Knicks is here. What up, Louisiana? Appreciate you. Yes. Smash that like button. Send some love. Share the live. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Al. Appreciate you. Angel Torres is in the building. What up, amigo? Salute. Appreciate you. AP in the building. Salute. He says, he said any Knicks footage on the show with iHeart now has to be deleted, and we are not inviting him back 15 years from now during playoff games. Damn, AP, it's tough, man. It's tough. Shout out to Miguel P in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Bagger Jones is in the building. Salute, Bagger. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Kareem Grant is in the building. What up, twin? Salute, bro. Hope you and the family are doing well. Jeremy Nussbaum in the building. What up, Jeremy? Appreciate you, brother. Let me see. Running through. King Ribby in the building. What up, King Ribby? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Knicks will be 2025 and 26 champs. What's good, people? It's going to be a little tougher now, but I still think it can happen. It's all right. We can get there. Shout out to Paris Duggar in the building. Salute. Getting Randall OG and Bridges means losing iHeart won't cost us one game. I hear you, Paris. Pew pew. What up, L? Yes. To die for in the building. What's good, bro? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. 808 Empire State's in the building. Salute. My guy, Victor Rivera in the building. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing good. Appreciate you. He says, salute, brother. Been a hot minute. Is Jericho Sims that bad that no one believes in him? I mean, listen, man, Jericho's got a lot of work to do for us to start saying he's an answer to our problems. I hope he can be. I don't want to shortchange the guy. The kid is very talented as far as some of the stuff he can do. He's got great feet. He sets great screens with his big body. He jumps out the damn gym. You know what I mean? He should be one of those guys. And I know the Knicks players, I mean, not players, but Knicks brass has told him this. Figure out what you're good at and just try to be the best at that. And for him, all the stuff I just mentioned, he's great at it. Setting screens, grabbing rebounds, dunking on people. Like, just be aggressive and use your skill and that athleticism to your advantage, and let's get busy. You may not be able to do a lot of other things. Your shot block timing is not good, even though you can jump out the gym. You should be able to block everybody's shot, but it's not easy. It's a skill. You know, you either got it or you don't. You can work towards it, get a little better, but you know how it is, guys. The elite shot blockers, it's just it's a whole nother level. And Jericho, he's just not a good shot blocker. But could he be better? Yes. So he just needs to work on what he's actually good at. Don't try. Like, I know they got him in the gym shooting shots and all that. I don't care about any of that. You know what I mean? I want you to do something well that you could do well, that you don't have to work as hard to do. Jumping out the gym, dunking on people, grabbing rebounds, setting screens, moving your feet, playing good defense, being there, calling out plays when you see something. That's normal stuff that he could do. I don't need you shooting threes and 18-footers. Come on, man. I mean, working on your shot is good, and hitting free throws, that's good. I don't really care about that other stuff. That's not going to keep you in the league. There's players that we've seen that can only play one side of the ball and have been in the league for like 15 years, but they were good at it, you know? Just saying. Shout out to Chef NYK. Appreciate you, my brother. Oh, and Victor, my brother, appreciate you, man. Congratulations on that new motorcycle you got, but be careful out there in them streets. You know how it is. Shout out to CKK. What up in the building? iHeart is okay. Mitch is better. Okay. I mean, listen, no one's going to doubt or question Mitch's ability when he's out there on the court consistently. When Mitch is out there consistently, he's a beast. No doubt about it. Shout out to Mets, Knicks fans. Let's go. What's good? He says, salute, Big Ron. Hard loss today. iHeart was very good for all the best to was very good for all the best to him. I know you're wishing him all the best. Yeah, I hear you on that. Knicks will be 2025-26 champs. Says, can Jericho Sims be a poor man's Obi Toppin? Can he be a rich man's Obi Toppin? Because, you know, even Obi Toppin struggled at what I'm asking Jericho to do. Obi Toppin didn't come down the court and dunk on people with all that athleticism he had. He was kind of passe, a little finesse out there too. Like, I wanted him to do the same thing. They both need to play that way. Come down the court and dunk on people. I'm not saying you got to do it all the time because you could get hurt that way, too aggressive. You got to watch it. But we saw it. Listen, you guys saw the NBA playoffs last year. You saw us play the Philadelphia 76ers. You saw Kelly Oubre run straight down the court and try to yam it on us. He didn't care who was in front of him. That's all I'm saying. You don't got to do it all the time, but you got to do it enough that people think you're going to do it. You know, sometimes you're going to create some highlights. You're going to put people on posters. Other times, you're going to get guys in foul trouble, or they're just going to move out the way. that's a benefit, man. We gotta get it going, baby. Let's go. Coach Sai is in the building. Salute, Coach. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here as always. Dwayne Dennis in the building. What up, Dwayne? Appreciate you. My guy Alton Lee is in the building. What up, Alton? Good to see you. So, hey, Organic Fanatics show in the building. What up, Ro? Appreciate you, man. Smash that like button. Show your love and support for us. But also, go check out the Organic Fanatics show on YouTube and show these guys some love, man. They got a great show over there. Really fun. I think you guys will enjoy it, man. So please show them some love as well. Yeah, it's a tough one, Alton. Like, we just couldn't. What can we do? We just couldn't do it. We couldn't keep him here because the only saving grace that would have worked for us is if OKC stunk, and OKC doesn't stink, guys. OKC is good now, and they're young. They're gonna be good for a long time, and they're just gonna get better. So that's why the Knicks window is now. The next 2-3 years is our window. We got to figure it out and go because these young teams, the Indianas, whatever. But the Orlandos, Indiana's in there too, but the Orlandos, the OKCs, even the Houstons, 3-4 years from now, Houston should be really good. Like, I mean, really good. They could be good now, but they could be really good in 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? So we just got to get ours now while we can before these young pups come and run us out the gyms. Oh, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens, though. Parrish says, shout out to you, Parrish. Appreciate you, my brother. He said, you mean like Obi's left hand dunk on iHeart? Yeah, right. You see what I'm saying, Parrish? I've been asking for him to do this all the time. And what? He does it against the Knicks. Of course. Of course. Thank you for bringing that up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I wanted Obi to do. And let me get to your super chat. Thank you for the generous super chat, Paris. Appreciate you. You said for your Java run. Salute, Randall. Java Ron. Sorry. Salute, Randall for iHeart all day. I hear you. I'm not mad, man, because we could be worse. We could be in a worse situation. We're talking about how do we remain championship contenders. It's not like, oh, we're gonna stink now that iHeart's gone. No, we're still gonna be a very good team. It's the whole point is how can we maintain that look of being a championship contender? We need a backup center. Once again, Mitchell Robinson becomes the starter. So now it's about us getting a serviceable backup center who can play. That's all that matters. Serviceable backup center that could give us, let's say the serviceable backup center plays 18 minutes a game. That person needs to be able to give us 5 or 6 rebounds. That person needs to be able to give us a block a game. That person needs to be able to have the ability to pass the ball. Don't be stuck in the paint not knowing what to do. Be able to move the ball to your teammates because that's going to give us the flow we're missing with iHeart leaving. You don't got to be iHeart. You just got to be able to move the ball. Like, see people on the court and be able to pass the ball to them. That's it. And also have a little bit of offensive awareness around the rim. You know what I mean? If you can hit a couple floaters, whatever it is, hook shots, a little mid-range jumper, that'll be great. That's a bonus. And if you can knock down 60% of your free throws, fantastic. That'll be great. Q Burrow, Mad Thorough. What up, brother? Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Goga hurts, man. I know some people weren't sold on Goga until it became a reality that, like, oh man, we lost iHeart. Maybe we got to get this Goga guy. And everybody started looking at his highlights and then saying, oh, he's not that bad. And that's when he was gone. Yeah. So here's my thing, guys. I'll be honest with you. At this point, the Knicks are not, I don't know if the Knicks are going to do this, right? Because, the Knicks don't like playing rookies. It takes a while for you to learn the system. Honestly, if I'm the Knicks, I figure out a way to, I don't even know if you can do that. Can you do that? Can the Knicks afford that? They might be able to afford it. I think if I'm the Knicks, I start the season with 4 centers, right? And they can be interchangeable because you got 15-man roster that leaves you with 11 other, players, right? You already know your rotation is, the top 9 for your rotation. That leaves 2 other spots. That might be doable. Is there a way that the Knicks can go out there and bring in James Wiseman, bring back Precious Ochoa, and actually use Ariel Hukporti on the bench? Because I think Hukporti might be able to help us, but like I said, he's a young player, and I don't know if Thibodeau would want to play him. But if we could have that combination by committee of players, I think we'd be okay. I think we might be okay. Because we honestly, guys, we need help because Mitch is going to get hurt. Okay. Just it's all about how much how hurt is he going to be, right? But he's going to get hurt. He's going to miss games. So we need guys to step up. I don't want to put all my eggs in a James Wiseman basket. I wouldn't want to put all my eggs in a Precious Achua basket because of the size. He's small, and we're going to run into some bad matchups. But I would love to have him back. I think he works with the team. And I think Hook Purdy is somebody that the Knicks might have to be desperate enough to consider. And then listen, if Jericho Sims steps up, even better. But we know Jericho Sims, the physicality is there, the athleticism is there, but the height's not there. He's 6'9", right? So against the real big centers, he's going to get cooked too. So I just think that we might have to think about 4 centers on the team just because of our health issues, and what happens with Mitch primarily. Okay, let me see here. I don't know, Coach. I don't know if we can let Precious walk. It's tough now. We can't get anybody that we can depend on because even if we bring in Wiseman, Wiseman is taking a chance too. We don't know necessarily if he's the type that we can depend on. And let me just throw this. It's Monday. I'm rocking up here, so if anybody wants to come on and chop it up, by all means, I'm on StreamYard. Y'all can jump in. The link is in the chat. Let me see here. Let's pull up James Wiseman's numbers and see what he did. I was pleasantly surprised by Bol with Phoenix. I think he did some nice stuff over there with them, even though they didn't go far, but he did well. I haven't looked at James Wiseman in a while. I wonder how he has been doing. Let's see. All right, so let's share this. James Wiseman, 6'11", 240 pounds, was a top pick in the draft, had all types of expectations and thoughts about being one of the next great centers in the league, a versatile player who could do many different things on the basketball court, and it just hasn't panned out as of yet. He spent 2 years with Golden State. He played 39 games the first year, 21 games the second year. He was injured off and on a lot. Then he came over to Detroit for the remainder of that second year when he was with Golden State. He played 24 games. But then this past season, he actually played 63 games, which is a good sign for him. He averaged 17 minutes, 7 points, half a block, just under an assist, 5.3 rebounds, and 70% from the free throw line, 61% from field goal. He didn't shoot any threes though, which is interesting. Yeah, if we're looking at the Ron metric on Still Knick Fans, he kind of fits the criteria, guys, because 7 points in 17 minutes. That means if you raise those minutes, give him another 5 minutes, we're talking 10 points, 5 rebounds. I always say, if you give me 17 or 18 minutes, I hope you get around 5 or 6 rebounds. He's right there. So I'm liking that. 70% from the free throw line. When have we had a center that could knock down 70% from the free throw line? Like never. So that's not bad. 61% from the field, average big man type stuff right there. That's good. He's interesting, guys. I think James Wiseman is somebody that the Knicks should be trying to, talk to. I wouldn't mind bringing him in because of the ability alone. And let's think about it. In Golden State, he was on a team that had a certain type of system in which he unfortunately didn't look comfortable in. And then he was always hurt off and on. And I think they had kind of exhausted their belief in him. Then he goes to Detroit, and Detroit is a bad team, right? So I think, and you guys know that we've talked about this multiple times, Tom Thibodeau is the big man whisperer. He might be able to turn James Wiseman into something pretty nice over here. So let's get it done, New York. Yeah, that's not bad. And he's somebody that I think you can get on the cheap. He fits our money. Yeah, I think and I think that would put him back on the map. Like, a guy who thought he was going to be one of the best players in the league to be able to play for the New York Knicks and be on a championship type contender in Madison Square Garden with the Knicks fans cheering for him. It's a big difference from being in Detroit, let me tell you. Yeah, get it done, Knicks. Let's go. I like it. I'm not mad at the suggestion, guys. So I like it. Yeah, I'm with you, Tehran. Now I'm like, now I'm all in. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. He's got ability, man. And sometimes with these young players that come into the league with these high expectations, they got to find their footing. And I think he's starting to get his footing because those were pretty decent numbers for the amount of minutes he played. I like that, and I think that with better teammates around them, could you imagine? Because this is another thing that a lot of fans forget about. When you play with good players, you become a better player. So he goes from playing in practice with, the rest of the guys, the Durans, Duran's not bad, but he's a young player, and all the other Cade Cunninghams and the stuff that you deal with and got going on in Detroit, to coming over here and practicing with Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. Practicing with these guys is going to get you better under Tibbs, and how Tibbs is going to work with you as a big. I don't even know why we're still talking. I don't know why it hasn't been done already. That's how quickly I would have done it. At this point, with what's going on, James Wiseman will be a New York Knick. So I don't know what's going on with that. I would hate to be disappointed again because I don't see the reason why they wouldn't want to take a flyer on him. Because I give Tibbs so much credit for what he does with bigs. I think he can make it happen. Is he? That's a good question. Someone said I shouldn't say someone, I could see it. Coach Sire said is Wiseman CAA. Oh, let's see. Wiseman. Okay. James Wiseman. Because a wise man once said. See what I did there? Agency. Oh, maybe I should do agent because it's giving me the wrong thing. My bad, y'all. Hmm. It's giving me free agency, and I just want to see his agent. Like, what the hell? What? Okay, here we go. His agents are Jeff Schwartz and Marcus Monk. Excel Sports Management, so not CAA. Okay. Well, there's that. But it doesn't matter. CAA just makes things easier. Yeah, that's not bad. Nick Yak says, shout out to you, Nick Yak. Good to see you. You said Tibbs has 4 centers. How many in the 9-man rotation? What 4 centers? Not quite sure about which 4 centers that are on our active roster at the moment. I don't think we've got 4, but I could be wrong. Kind of slow. There we go. So Precious, they didn't pick up his option. He's currently a free agent. Right? All right. Huck Porty is a center. Mitchell Robinson is a center. Jericho Sims is classified as a center. So we got 3 centers. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think you bring in James Wiseman, right? And you keep all of these other guys here. Huck Porty, keep him here because there's a chance that they could send him somewhere and stash him or whatever. Who knows? I mean, he's 22, so he's a little older. So maybe they would consider keeping him here. But I'm just saying, I think that that's something that they should definitely think about. And who else? Okay, let's look at the people that are here money wise, right? Because that tells you what we're looking at. Jericho, that's 1. Mitch, that's 2. Julius, that's 3. Shake, no, they're not keeping Shake. Miles, that's 4. Josh, that's 5. Dante, that's 6. Ooh, forgot about Burks. He might come back. I don't know about him, but I'm not counting him. Jalen Brunson is 7. McCall is 8. OG is 9. So that's the 9 guys right there that we got to care about. I think there's a lot of wiggle room for the Knicks. Right? So as much as we know that we drafted all these other young guys, they don't have to actually be on the opening roster. We could do something with them, but if they're here, fine. Let's say Tyler Kolek is here, so that's 10. Hold on. Where's there? Pacom Dadier, that's 11, for example. Ariel is 12. Kevin McCullough is 13. And then that leaves 2 spots, and those 2 spots could be Precious Achua and James Wiseman. And that would be your 15-man roster. I don't know. That could work. I still think we'd be missing another insurance piece that would be a little bit more tangible for the Knicks team right now, because I don't want to depend on all of these rookies. So I don't know, guys. One of these rookies might not be able to stay on the squad, because you know how Tibbs is with depending on these guys. We run into issues with injuries. You'd like to have a little bit more of a veteran presence. So like in Alec Burks, for example. Just saying. I don't know. That's a lot of young people to have on your bench in case guys get hurt. If you miss time, with any of these guys, significant time here and there, you're looking kind of light with experience. So that's a tough one. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Interesting though. It's interesting. It's just like there's some things that they got to look at. Let's see who else is available outside of these guys. So Nick Yak says, how much you paying Wiseman and who you trading him for that we would need to replace? I don't think we need to. I think Wiseman is a free agent. I don't think we need to trade anybody for him. Am I mistaken? Because that could be another issue. If he's not a free agent, then I don't know. Yeah, no, he's a free agent. Yeah, and the Knicks have the mid-level exception that they could offer him. So, yeah, you don't got to trade anybody. Thanks to Die For. I appreciate you. Yeah, it was Jeff Schwartz. Thanks, Q Burrow. Appreciate that. Yeah, he's unrestricted free agent, Kerry. You're right. Right, Jorge. I mean Georgie. I always see that I say Jorge. Sorry, brother. Drip more in the building. What's going on, man? The preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community is here. Let's go. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Dude, I don't know, Nick Yak. I don't know, man. After reading Wiseman's stats, remember that rookie is playing overseas, and I get it. The competition is real over there too. But remember, this is Wiseman playing on the Knicks with Tom Thibodeau, man. Tom Thibodeau gets the best out of these big men. He might be able to unlock something in Wiseman, bro. Wiseman was drafted, where he was drafted for a reason. The guy has talent. I just don't know why it wasn't really being unlocked, but last year was his best year as a pro, and it's only his third year. So there's some, there's some time there that you might say, okay, he's got a moment where he could still be on the ascension. Ascent. That's what I meant. Yeah. So, we'll see. Shout out to Darren Hood. What's good, brother? Clippers signed Mo Bamba. Thank you, because I do not want Mo Bamba, man. I just don't want to. I'm sorry, guys. I got a lot of bias versus Mo Bamba. I just haven't seen what I need to see from Mo Bamba. So I didn't want him on the Knicks, bro. No shout to Mo Bamba. If I meet him in the street and he's a cool guy, I mean, I definitely love the Rocket. Rock out with him and go catch a brewski or whatever, and we'll talk about basketball. But I can't. I don't want him on my Knick team, man. He just has not. I can never get over the fact that he had his own team, basically. Orlando was his squad, and he did nothing with it. I can't get over that. Sorry. David Smith says, and shout out to you, my brother. He said the loss of Hartenstein is huge. Folks, he had an excellent season, was a perfect Tibbs guy, and was a big part of Knicks' success. No backup plan to replace him as a front office malpractice by Leon Rose. I think, unfortunately, we just ran into an issue where I'm sure they had a plan, but they just didn't have the money. The Knicks are just really cash strapped, so they just didn't have any money to really do anything. It's tough. It's tough. Sometimes you get into that situation. Shout out to Opera Doc. Sims cannot be a poor man's Toppin because he cannot score. Yeah, I mean, there might be some truth there. It's weird because Sims actually used to be able to score a little bit when he was younger, and he used to shoot lefty. But a lot of y'all know that little trivia, right? He turned into a righty in high school. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, man. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. We got 124 people in here watching across all platforms, 105 on YouTube. Please smash that like button and show your love for the show. I definitely thank y'all. And thank y'all to the new subscribers out there. Appreciate you guys for supporting the show and being here with us as we go through this New York Knicks off season, y'all. And I got news to report, guys. Stephen A so far has not taken me up on my offer. So spam Stephen A Smith. Still Knicks fans, Ron is looking for you. Let's go, baby. I'm waiting. No shocker here. I wouldn't expect them to reply to me, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I'm here. Shout out to Keith Turner in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Thank you for being here and rocking, brother. JW's in the building. Salute. Said Kolek and McCullough and Dadier will get playing time. I don't know. That's wishful thinking, brother. I mean, I already told you what the 9-man rotation is, and Tibbs goes 8-9 deep at I don't know if he's going to go much, more than that. He might go 10 if there was a real, a good player that he needed to play. But I don't know. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. What? Uh-oh. What? No. Wait. No. Oh, no. Hold on. I'm about to see some bad news. There's some bad news here. Who are we talking about here? Oh, wait. Is that just Mo Bamba news? Let me see here. Is that just Mo Bamba? I hope it's just Mo Bamba. Let me check the free agent tracker so I can be up to date with you guys, man. Y'all out here in these streets making me look bad. Let me see what's going on here. Free agent tracker, and hopefully it's a good one. Some of these trackers be crap. NBA free agent tracker. Sheesh. All right, let's see what we got going on here. This stinks. All right. Here we go. Let's check this out. Nah, it's behind. Yeah, it's not even showing Mo Bamba. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's behind. This stinks. These damn free agent trackers are trash, man. Like, come on. How are you gonna keep me up to date and you can't? How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know, people? You know what I mean? Make it make sense. Let's see if this one is a little better. Mm-mm. Nope. That's all right. It's okay. It's gonna take a minute for things to get updated. So who's out there? Let me see. Mo Wagner, Mo Bamba's gone. Precious Achua, Xavier Tillman, Daniel Tice, James Wiseman, Thomas Bryant, and Dario Saric. I don't know how I feel about some of these names, but listen, Mo Wagner's not a bad player. He's not somebody that is going to really stand the test of time against a certified center, certified big man like Joel Embiid is going to cook him. But you know, let's see what Wagner's looking like. Moritz Wagner. Hmm. 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 Let me share a screen with you guys. I got that. All right. That's better. Let me stop this. Oh, look at Mo. Look at Mo with the move. Oh, lefty. Okay. Okay, Mo. Dump that off right there. Give it to Mo. The thing. There we go. All right, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, Mo Wagner, he played 17 minutes. He played 80 games, so he just missed 2. almost 11 points per game, 1.2 assists, 0.5 steals, half a steal, 0.3 blocks. He doesn't block any shots. He's no deterrent when it comes to that. 4.3 rebounds. You know how I feel about that. I'm really more leaning towards the 5 or 6 if you play 17 or 18 minutes. So he's a little low on the rebounding stage. And for his career, 4.3, 4.5, 3.4.9. I don't love that. In a Thibodeau system, I'm not a big fan. Free throw line, 81%. That's not bad at all. 33% from 3, a little something, not nothing to sneeze up for a big guy. 60% from the field, not too bad. Listen, if we had no other options and he was the only guy out there, I'd do it. But he's not my first pick. He's 6'11", 245. I just wish he was a little bit more physical when it comes to and had more anticipation when it came to grabbing rebounds. Like, this is terrible. 3.9 for his career. 4 rebounds for your career. At one point, even when he was playing 11 games, this was Orlando 2020 season, he was playing 26 minutes. He was averaging 4.9, just under 5 rebounds a game in 26 minutes. For the guy who's playing center? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Let me drop that down. I don't know about that one. He's I don't know. Wiseman is in our money range, 6 million. Yep. Leon Rose has something up his sleeve. I'm glad you think that, Kerry. I hope you're right. Let me see. Shout out to Sadu Barry. What up? He says the X factor is Ariel from Australia. Okay. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We got to see. Maybe that's part of the plan. I wouldn't be mad, man, if he's got some skill. I mean, he does look like he has some skill. Sadu believes Kolek and Ariel and McCullough are ready. Well, they are older. McCullough's 23. I mean, yeah, I think McCullough's 23. Kolek is 23. Ariel's 22. They are older. Maybe. Let me see here. We need to sign a center and then sign Precious to back up the 4 and the 5 as the 10th man. That might be the way to go. But as I said, you know how I already did a little rundown of the lineup, right? I included the top 9, which you guys know who that is. Those are all guys that are under contract. I included the 4 rookies, right? And I added I forgot who the other 2 players were, but they were 2 players that were already with the Knicks, right? And then I added Wiseman. So I only had 1 slot available to add a new player. So that means that if you want to add 2 players, then one of those rookies can't be on the team. So that's something to think about. If we have to bring back Precious and also a center, that one of those rookies is not going to be on the team. Which I know that some people, to me, that's a no-brainer. It's easy. It would be Paco, my guy Paco Dadier, because he is 18, going to be 19. He is the one that still has overseas ties and you can stash for a year. I know people who like Paco are not going to want to hear that, but he is the easiest candidate and the rawest player that we drafted that could still use a little bit more seasoning. Some people will love to let him go and see what he can learn. And I wouldn't want to, the point that was made was how much he could learn playing on this team, practicing with OG Anunoby, with Julius Randle, with Jalen Brunson, and going up against Mikal Bridges. He can learn a lot by doing that. But if it runs into the situation where now we need to bring in 2 players, bring back Precious being one of them, and bringing back another center to back up, sometimes you got to make a tough decision. We'll see. David Parker, appreciate you. I think you were saying he's gone anyway, so that was Mobamba, right? Shout out to Mr. Realistic, appreciate you. Good to see you. All right. I think I said what's up to JW. Mamba is lazy and injury prone. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Randy Montalvo. What's good, my brother? He said, love what you're doing. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in and showing me the love, man. I appreciate it, bro. Shout out to also my guy Rich Cologne in the building. What up, Rich? Appreciate you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. We've got 130 tuned in across all platforms. Please smash that like button on YouTube if you haven't already done so. Let me just see where we're at right now. We are currently at 109 watching on YouTube, but only 56 likes, guys. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, I'm still here though. No, but please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. If you enjoy the content, if you don't, I understand, but I would thank you to do that. That definitely helps us over here. Shout out to Polly Forever, resign Precious and go out and get Mo Wagner. Well, listen, like I said, Mo is not bad. If there was nobody else available and Mo's there, I wouldn't mind Mo, but I got to get Precious. You're right. I need Precious and then bring in Mo, because the one thing about Mo is he does have a little bit of offensive swagger over there. I mean, shooting 80% from the free throw line, 33% from three. That means he can stretch the floor a little bit. That gives us a little versatility. And it makes the other team work. So that's not that bad. Rebounding, that's yucky. That's you know what I mean? But the offensive side is pretty good. And it's weird because I always thought Mo Wagner was a pretty good rebounder. I thought he made up for, I thought his brother was the offensive player and he was more of the defender, more of the traditional big with better rebounding. But he's not really a great rebounder. Not at all. Not at all. Shout out to Old Head in the building. Salute. What's good? Other options than Wiseman. Yeah, I named some of those. I'm gonna pull up somebody else and we'll take a look at their stats in a second. Shout out to Long Island Sound. He thinks Wiseman is a choice for us. 808 Empire State. I'll be okay with re-signing Precious and getting Mo Wagner. Okay. Yeah, that I know. Keith Turner says Wagner isn't that good. He's not on Hartenstein level. No, I definitely don't think he doesn't move he moves the ball pretty well, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Hartenstein has a way of passing guys open. He was a really good passer. And he can be a really good rebounder. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't. When I say bring back Precious, I agree. I don't want him. He's not a center. You can't have him at the center. When you bring him back Precious, you're bringing him back as someone who can help the power forward role, because we don't really have a backup power forward. I know some of y'all think OG Anunoby is a power forward. He really isn't. Okay, I mean, he can play the position. He's not a power forward. We got one power forward on this team. His name is Julius Randle. After that, we don't have another power forward. Jericho Sims is not someone you would classify as a power forward because of his game. He's got the height for a power forward. He doesn't have the game for a power forward. He doesn't do enough out there. So that's why they put him in the center spot. So right now, we currently don't have a backup power forward that you can really depend on in that role. And that's why Precious, I think, comes back to the Knicks. He plays power forward pretty well. I think he's pretty decent at that. Center, not so much. Zigzag Zigala in the building. Nothing to do with the cap regarding iHeart. It was the bird rights. Reports saying Knicks offered max they could offer as soon as season finished, but 4 years to 72 obviously wasn't enough. Yeah, 100%. That's the case. JW says, Ron, we know that 9-man will be 7-man when OG and Mitch is hurt. We got to take that into account. I agree. So if you're going to do that, if you're trying to have players that are available that Tibbs will depend on and he will actually use, that might require you to, like I said, stash one of these rookies and open up another spot, and possibly maybe even two of these rookies. Don't know. Depends on what it is. But in the Knicks case, because we don't have Hartenstein and we're a little light at center, Ariel might make the squad, right? And then Kolek, I think, has to make the squad too. And I think McCullers is good enough with his two-way player and his age that he might make the squad. So I think those three guys will be here. I think there's a chance that those three guys will all be here. So that leaves one spot, which I said would be Daddier. And if the Knicks need another player, Daddier would probably be the casualty, just because he's young and still needs some seasoning, and it's not a big deal. He may not be happy about it, but for 1 year, it's not that big of a deal. Shout out to Joe Nunamoker. Appreciate you. Thank you for what? Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guy. I got a plan for you. You got some good stuff to say, so I got a nice place I like to keep you. Hold on. Let me get you over there. This is special. Only the Nick Elite get to go over there. You're gonna love this. Hold on. Let me get you over there. 2 seconds, guys. I apologize. Bear with me. Let me get my guy Joe Nunamoker where he needs to be, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. I got a special spot for you over here. Hold on. This is you're gonna love this. I mean, all the boys are doing it. You're gonna love it over here. There we go. Yeah. Nice spot for you over there. All warm and toasty. Okay. So back to the regularly scheduled programming. And let me just shout out to my mods. If you don't know, you are able to ban a user or delete their comments. So I'll take care of this one. But you guys do have that ability. You can click on the name. There's like 3 dots or whatever on their name, and you're able to ban them, or you can even put them in timeout. Now, I will say I don't like to usually do that unless somebody does something flagrant, because I want everybody to be able to have their opinions and say what they want to say. I don't like putting people in timeout, and I don't like when the mods go crazy with that. So just use that only as when it's a desperate situation. Appreciate you guys. Deron Wayne in the building, a member of Still Knick Fans. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate that. Let's see. Carrie for the win. Pew pew. Keep the trolls out of here. Pally Forever says, would you do Robinson / McBride for Sexton and Kessler? No, probably not. Probably not. So here's the thing, guys. You know what? As much as people feel a certain way about Mitchell Robinson, we need Mitch. You know what I mean? Now more than ever. We need Mitch because he knows how Thibodeau's offense and defense runs. And when he's out there healthy, he is a difference maker. I just don't think you can depend on him. You know what I mean? So we need somebody in addition to Mitch. If we let Mitch go, we are soft at the center spot. Okay. I don't care if Kessler comes in. Kessler is a very good shot blocker, but doesn't mean he's great at defense in the NBA. He was really good in college, but that was college. In the NBA, he's gotten cooked. Okay. I've seen him get cooked. He has good timing when it comes to blocking shots, when he can line you up. But if you can get past him or put him on his heels, he's in trouble. Mitch is a much better defender, right? So I wouldn't do that. If I could trade for Kessler and add him to Mitch, yes, I would consider doing that. He's a good rebounder and he's a good shot blocker, so I would do that. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. That's probably the only reason. If it wasn't for that, then maybe I would consider it because Sexton is a really good basketball player. He doesn't give us the defense that McBride does, but he gives you the effort with those crazy faces. That gets me scared alone when I'm watching him. Sexton is nuts, man. He's nuts. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know if I could do that, bro. I mean, it's partially there. I would think about it, but I don't know. But I also think that McBride, now with these other guys here, McBride is going to be very useful to locking down like if say we play Boston, the Knicks can go out there at a given moment, right? And put OG Anunoby on Tatum and put Mikal Bridges on Jalen Brown. And if they're able to re-sign, it doesn't matter which one. If they're able to re-sign, what's his face, White or whatever, yeah. Or even if it's Drew Holiday, like you're able to put Miles McBride on Drew Holiday and keep these guys on these guys and don't have to. And even if they have to switch, they switch. But look at the switchability. Like that makes us really tough, man. And Miles can really go get it, man. And his confidence is just building. We already know he's got a solid mid-range shot. His three-point shot is improving. He's a 80% free throw. I don't know if I want to let Miles go, bro. I think he works too well in what we got going on. So I hope the Knicks feel the same way. That's probably true, Kerry. That's the thing, Nick Yak. That I do not know. I'll be honest with you. That I do not know if the Knicks have enough money to sign a center and Precious. Now, you could do it if Precious was able to take a discount, right? Or no, not if the Precious was going to take a discount. If the center was someone that would take a discount, like Precious, you'd have to give him the mid-level exception. But the center, if the center came and took the veterans minimum, that could work. Now, I don't know if Wiseman works for that, because if to take the veterans minimum, you got to be a veteran. Like, you have to have played in the league for a certain amount of time, I think, to qualify for that. I don't know if Wiseman has done that. I don't even know if Precious has done that, but maybe he has. I'm not sure. So that's kind of like the little tricky part. And I don't know how it works. Like, because I think if we use our mid-level exception, that puts us into the second apron, and then we're stuck. I don't know if we can bring in two players. That's another thing. I need some capologists to help me out with this. Shout out to Don Porcel. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. He said Bamba went to the Clippers. Yep, appreciate you. Steelers _ Knicks fan 757. Salute. Draymond Green needs to worry about his team instead of worrying about what the Knicks are doing. That's a fact. He can't stop talking about the Knicks. I think secretly he kind of wanted to be a Knick or something. I think something's going on with that. I think he already has run his course with Golden State. And he's constantly worrying about what we got going on over here. So I think there's something to that. We'll see. D Block in the building. What up, D Block? Appreciate you, bro. Hope you're doing okay. Salute everyone and my brother Ron. Appreciate you. Top Notch _T in the building. What up, brother? Hope you're doing well. This is my first time seeing you in the chat, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. But if this is your first time here, thank you. Salute to you. Thank you for being here and rocking with me. Please smash the like button if you haven't already done so, and consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. I appreciate you being here. Cam from the Kickback. What up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. He says, salute Ron, just getting here. Man, oh man. So long, Hartenstein. Can't fault the man. He got the bag. So what's the move? We sign Precious, pick up another big one from Orlando elsewhere. That's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. Mo Bamba's gone, which I'm glad about. He was on the list. Mo Wagner is another one, the guy from Orlando. Precious Ochoa is somebody we could resign, but I don't think of him as a center. Let's see. Let's take a look at a couple more people before we get up out of here. Xavier Tillman. Xavier Tillman. He seems no. He's short. He's 6'7". Nope. Sorry. Just moving on from him, guys. My apologies. Let's see how Daniel Tice is looking. Daniel Tice has been a professional center in the league for a long time. See how he's looking these days. With the Clippers most recently. All right. Let's take a look at Daniel Tice, guys. All right. Daniel Tice. Here we go. Okay. So here's Daniel Tice. You guys remember? Oh, man, he's another one. 6'8". I thought he was taller. But he does play center. He is one of those guys that has good leaping ability. So he's always played center, and he's been pretty decent at center. He's got a big frame, so he's been decent against other centers. I'm not saying he's great, but I would say he's more of a center than some of these other guys. But he's also, smaller than I thought. I thought he was taller too. Anyway, I don't know, man. This is slim pickings out here in these streets. So his last stint, he played 59 games with the Clippers. 17 minutes. 17 minutes seems to be a common mark, huh? 6.3 points, just under a block, half a steal, a little under half a steal, 4 rebounds. It goes back to that 4 rebounds. You know, with 17 minutes, I told you, 17 or 18 minutes, I want you to be around 5 or 6 rebounds. For me, 76% from the free throw line, not too bad. 37% from 3, not bad at all. 50%, 53% from the field. Yeah, I mean, like, he's one of those you would definitely consider, like I said, if there's nobody else and there's nothing else, if you need a backup, he's one of those you got to think about. Got to think about him. Let's see who's next on the list. Okay. Thomas Bryant. Let's check out Thomas Bryant. He's always been kind of interesting. He had a nice little stint with the Wizards. I thought he was a player that showed some stuff. And then he played with the Lakers. Now most notably he was with the Miami Heat. So let's see. 38 games played 11 minutes per with Miami. What's his height? 6'10", 248. Okay. 5.7 points. Not a lot going on with the steals, not a lot going on with the blocks, not a lot going on with the assists. 3.7 rebounds. Oh, we're going the wrong way, guys. 87, not a lot of free throw attempts, but 87% from the free throw line. Was he ever that he shot 87% with Washington 1 year in 27 games, 74-72. So he's a good free throw shooter. 44%, 0.51, just under 2. I mean, he's got some distance under his shot. He could knock it down a little bit. One time with Washington 2019, he was taking 2 per game from 3, shooting 40%. Oh, he can shoot it a little bit, so not bad. 57.7% from the field. I mean, that's 11 minutes played. So 3.7 in 11 minutes, not too bad. 5.4 for his career. So when he played 21 minutes, he was getting almost 7 rebounds, okay? When he played with Washington, played 24, almost 25 minutes, he was at 7. Okay, no, Thomas Bryant could work. Thomas Bryant could work, guys. He's okay. He's passable. So that's someone to think about, right? That's kind of it. There's no need to look at Mo Bamba. He's gone. There's no need to look at Precious. We know what he is. We already took a look at Xavier Tillman. We took a look at Daniel Tice. We took a look at James Wiseman. We took a look at Bryant. And for, giggles, we'll take a look at Dario Saric real quick. Why not? Dario. 6'10", 225. Well, he's got the height. That's decent. Dario. He's got to fix that mustache and that Fu Manchu thing he got going on here. What is this? You got to get that right. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so 17 minutes played per game, 64 games played with Golden State. Shot 46% from the field, 37 from 3. Nice. 84 from free throw line. In 17 minutes, 4.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, though. He moves the ball around, guys. He's not a defender. You could already see he's not a defender. 4.4 rebounds. But in the past, he was playing a lot more minutes. He was playing 26 minutes back in the Philly days, 6 rebounds a game, 29 minutes. That's almost 30 minutes a game. He's almost at 7. 30 minutes here, 6. He's not a rebounder, guys, because he has to play a lot of minutes to be able to get marginal rebounds. However, that shooting is damn good, man. 85% from the free throw line, 38% from 3, 46% from the field. But this is because he's strictly a jump shooter. Dario don't play on the inside at all. He stay on the perimeter, mid-range and perimeter, a layup here and there if you're lucky. If the Knicks could depend on Huck Porty for defense and rebounding and blocks, and they felt comfortable with him coming off the bench, and Jericho was somewhat decent, we could depend on him a little bit. Dario might be a guy that I would consider. I worry about the fact that he don't play defense. But offensively, he's got some stuff that could help the Knicks. Definitely stretch the floor and make him a weapon. This is slim picking, guys. This is tough. I don't want you guys to think it's doom and gloom because it's not doom and gloom. It's just tricky. It's just tricky. So I don't know. Michael Sharp in the building. Salute. He says, "What up, Ron? Hope all is well. You're patrolling the New York Knicks streets tonight, bringing Precious back. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying, man. I'm trying." Salute. Hey, thank you for the generous super chat, L. Appreciate you. He says, "Share the live. Let's go. Pew pew." That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Bring the guns out. Daryl Smith says, "James Wiseman, please." I'm telling you guys, listen. Now we've already gone through some of those names out there, right? Now, after you've seen those names, doesn't James Wiseman look a little better to y'all? Come on. I know I'm not the only one. Knowing that Tibbs is the big man whisperer, I gotta say, he might be the guy. He might be. Shout out to Quiet Money in the building. What up, Quiet Money? Hope you're doing well, my brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, you know it. Knicks Nation 112, where the players dwells in the building. He says, "Salute Ron to the chat, SKF family, and the Knicks Nation. I would keep Sims and Precious and try to get Wiseman off the cheap and see if we can turn him into our future center after a couple years." I'm kind of thinking more and more this is where it needs to lean, man. Because, like I said, Mitchell Robinson is our starting center. We just got to worry about an adequate backup and somebody that can give us a different dynamic. And Wiseman gives us more of an offensive threat. He can do some of the workhorse stuff that you expect from a center type player. I think he might be the guy, man. Like I said, Leon, get it done now before he's gone. If you can get it done. Okay. All right. Appreciate you, Top Notch. Thank you for being here, brother. And thank you for doing that. Definitely helps support the show. And I appreciate it. And like I said, I hope you enjoy the content going forward. We try to be as consistent as possible. Normally I would be here with my brother John, but he is not here tonight. He's with his family doing his thing. And I should say, because you're not here, he's my brother from another mother. And also we got our guy Jose, who's our producer on the ones and twos in the background, but he's on paternity leave. So I'm holding it down tonight. And then on Saturdays, we also have a show where you see me chopping it up, on Saturday afternoons from 11:30 to who knows, man. There'd be 3-hour, 4-hour shows. I get people through work on those days. So thank you for tuning in. Nick Yak says that the rookie, which we're talking about, Ariel Huckporty, can cover 7-footers, rebound, and score around the rim. Okay. All right. So, we might not be as bad as we think, guys, but I definitely do think we need a little bit more insurance. So a guy like Wiseman would be some more insurance for us. And it's time for Mitch to shine, man. Mitch wanted this. Mitch wants to be one of the best centers in the league. He's just got to stay healthy and just play his style of basketball, and we can do some things, man. I'm telling you, on the defensive side, we can be demons. There's going to be points where you can have a lineup out there of Julius, Brunson, maybe Macau, OG, Mitch. That's something we're going to see a lot of, but I was thinking even more defensively, like, Brunson on the bench and maybe Deuce is in there just to give him a breather. We got the ball going through Julius, and the defensive, prowess of Mitch, OG, McCall, and Deuce. Talk about lockdown central, man. Cling, cling. 3-5. Like it could get real. I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, I can't wait. That's a good question, Nick Yak. I'll tell you. Oh, well, he was on his rookie contract with Golden State still, right? I think. So, yeah, he was making good money. Remember, he was a top draft pick. So, 4 years, 39 million. Average salary was 9 million. So, he was making 9 million per. Now, keep in mind, guys, we can't offer him a lot of money if we decide to bring back Precious and give him the mid-level, or we could give him the mid-level, which is around 6 million, which is not bad. But honestly, if we needed 2 players, I would much rather, if he could fit under the veterans exception, or if Precious could fit under the veterans exception, I would much rather one of them do that, to bring them both in here, or bring Precious back and bring Wiseman in here. Because for Wiseman, it's a bet on yourself, right? And it's a bet that we take care of our own. We just sign you to a 1-year deal. You come in, you do what you got to do, you make it happen over here, and then after the 1 year, we'll pay you. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. Look at who did it? Oh, Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre was making 14 million 2 years ago, guys. He came in to play with Philadelphia for 2 million. Come on. You know how, like, when you eating off of 14 million for a year, and then the next year 2 million, you know how that affects your bottom line, your bills, your house payments, your whatever you got going on, your family. Going from 14 to 2, he did it with no problem. And now he's scheduled to get paid, more money this year. So, and I don't know if they've already signed them. Maybe you already got that more money. But my point is, you take a flyer, you gamble on yourself, and for 1 year, and then you get paid the next year. And for somebody like Wiseman, who's really trying to reinvent himself in the NBA and get back to the promised land, I think coming to the Knicks, that's the way to do it, man. You get that nasty Detroit taste out your mouth. Oh man. That's funny. IQJ is in the building. Salute. What up, Knicks family? Just Knicks is in the building. What's good, my guys? Salute. Kevin Taylor is in the building. Kevin Taylor, I appreciate you, man. I don't know. Have I seen you before in the chat? I feel like I have, but I'm not quite sure. But if you've been here before, I appreciate you coming back. And if you're new, shout out to you. Thank you for being here and rocking. He says, why does Robinson have to start? Because, man, you want to give your team the best possible chance to get out to a good start, whether it be offensively or defensively. You go with what's your best weapons, right? I don't care what we think. If we had James Wiseman, for example, Wiseman, Ariel Hukporty, and Jericho Sims and Mitchell Robinson, our best possible player is Mitchell Robinson, because what he does on defense is excellent, right? And his rebounding is excellent. So he's the guy that you want to start because he gives you the best possible chance to start the game a certain way. Now, if Hartenstein was here, then you'd have a different question on your hands, because Hartenstein can do some of the stuff that Mitchell Robinson can do, especially when he's motivated. He doesn't do it as consistently as Mitch does. The rebounding, he does. He doesn't do it as good as Mitch does. The defensive stuff, he doesn't do as good as Mitch does. He can do it. He has moments, but Mitch did it better. But what Hartenstein did give you was the moving of the ball around, the little floater. He was a better free throw shooter. So he's someone you could start over Mitch, right? Wiseman, I can't say that. You know, if we brought him in here, he can be better offensively. I can't say he's a better rebounder than Mitch, or he can rebound to that level. I can't say he's a better defender than Mitch, or can defend to that level. I don't know that yet. I got to see how he plays with the Knicks. And so that's the reason why I think you got to start Mitch. And Mitch earned it, really. Guys, remember, Mitchell Robinson was a starter for us. The only reason he lost his starting job is because he got hurt, and iHeart came in and he played really well. And remember, Mitch was hurt 50 games. That's the other thing. When you're out that many games, you usually lose your job for that role, right? If he had, say Mitch had missed 10, 15 games, when Mitch came back, he would have been the starter again. Mark my words, he would have took his job back. But 50 games, nah, that was enough time for him to lose his job as a starter. Shout out to my guy Delano Steele Jr. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. He says, salute to everyone in the chat. Salute to Ron Still Knicks fans who said he'll play center for Checkers Fries and chopped cheese from Harlem. Man, them checker fries do be good. I ain't gonna lie. And a chopped cheese. So we getting a little mix. I might have to consider that. Give me like a nice little grape drink too, or root beer. How many of y'all like root beer? I know. Sorry, some of y'all upset right now. You're Dr. Pepper drinkers, aren't you? Maybe you like a little cream soda. I see y'all. Darren Hood said, I saw Dario play for the Warriors. He's decent at times. Yeah, I know. Like, he's got something. That's why I said I would consider him if we had other things that were working in our favor. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hey, Glamour Knicks in the building. What's good? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope everything's good. She said, hey, Ron, what up? Nick Yak's talking about the rookies, been playing pro for 4 years last year and good. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. That's the one thing I will say. This guy is a rookie, but he's only a rookie in stature. But he played 4 years overseas in Australia, which is a professional basketball league. So he's a little different. That's why I say maybe he's an answer for us. I still think we need another one because, you know, our primary person, Mitch, could get hurt. And so we need more than just one person to rely on. And Jericho is just not enough. But yeah, that's a good. Sadhu Bari says Wiseman is a New York City dude. He got swag. I hear you. All right. I mean, that works. No, David. No. Stay away from him, man. No. And I'm not saying he's a bad person to bring in. But what I'm saying is the Knicks, you can't go from being a championship contender with iHeart to him not coming back and then you panicking and trying to trade off some of your good pieces to bring in a guy like Cat. I'm going to tell you something right now that will not work for this New York Knicks team. We will lose, okay? Because it's not like you're saying, oh, well, if Cat comes to the Knicks, think of what he could do with Brunson and blah, blah, blah. And well, why couldn't he do that with Minnesota? Minnesota's got a good team over there, man. With Rudy Gobert, one of the best defenders at the big position in years, a former defensive player of the year, right? You got a generational talent in Anthony Edwards. You got Cat himself. You got another really good defender in what was that guy, Jaden McDaniels, a really good defender, young, athletic, scrappy, and can score a little bit. They also had Mike Conley over there, right? And another good bench piece. I forgot who it is. That, you know, if you can't do it with them, what makes me think you could do it with us? That's what I want to tell Knicks fans. Minnesota was good, man. Minnesota was really good this past year. He couldn't do it with them. And that's his team. And they were built to kind of go with him. They brought in Gobert because of him to allow him to be on the wing and float more and shoot that rock. And he couldn't get it done with them. I don't necessarily think I would want to bring that guy over here, the guy who talks to himself, you know, see how he's doing. When he's not having a good game, he talks to himself. Yo, let's get it going. I'm like, what? Nah, I don't know about Cat, man. And the fact that you got to trade Julius Randle and some other pieces and draft picks to get him over here. No. Nah, I think that's what do they call that? Moving backwards. No, that's another term I was looking for, but you get it. I think that's moving in the wrong direction. Let me see. Okay. Curve 117 in the building. Let's go, Knicks number one. Salute. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. And if you're subscribed, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here and rocking with us. Oh man, that is the guy, Georgie. That's my guy. I have always loved Nas Reed. I thought he would be great for the Knicks, but Minnesota just snatched him up and wouldn't let him go, man. Ah, man, he is the guy. But for Nas Reed, you got to trade for him. And I just don't know what we would be able to give up to get him. Could you get him with just picks? I don't know. And would Minnesota want to let him go? Nas Reed is like a jack of all trades. He's like a Swiss Army knife, man. I don't see any team not wanting to have a guy like Nas Reed on their team. So it would be tough to get him. Let me tell you. Well, I mean, that's the thing, Keith. I didn't watch him this past year. Did you watch him this past year? I'm not talking about what I saw years before. I know what I saw, and I wasn't happy about it. But this year, those numbers look pretty decent, and he might be on the up. Man, he might be on the ascent. And if you want to see, this is the thing. You know how we talk about guys, y'all used to throw it out all the time. I'm not meaning you, but like fans used to throw it out all the time. Oh, let's go get Zion. His stock is low. He just came back from injury. We'll get him here and maybe he'll go through the roof. Oh, let's take a flyer on this guy. His stock is low. Let's bring in, somebody like that. Why not? Wiseman at least showed some promise with those numbers and the time he spent on the court and the fact that he played 60 games or so. That's a good sign. I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on a guy like that. That's who you take a chance with. Let me I think I still have before I get out, I still have Ariel's numbers, I think, from the Saturday's show that we did. Yeah, I've still got Ariel's numbers here. Let's take a look at Ariel real quick just to see what he was again. So I forget. Oh, hold on one second because I need to know one more thing about him because I don't know. Really? You kidding me? They can't tell me, like, come on. Oh, here we go. Wait, that's playoffs. I don't want the playoffs. I got to do some math, y'all. These people, they the European players, the way it's done here on basketballreference.com. There it is. I got it. Okay. 18 minutes per game, guys. All right. So let's go back to these numbers. So in 18 minutes per game in Australia, Ariel Hukporti, 8.4 points, 7 rebounds, 0.7 assists, 1.5 steals, 59% from the field. He doesn't shoot threes. 61% from the free throw line in 18 minutes. You guys know my thing, 17 or 18 minutes, you got to give me 5 or 6 rebounds, and he gave 7. Okay, guys, I like him. This he might be somebody that can help us out. So that's what I'm saying. Him and Wiseman, first off, we'll be lefty central over here because Wiseman's a lefty, Ariel's a lefty, Randall's a lefty, Brunson's a lefty. Oh my God, Kolik's a lefty. Jeez, lefties everywhere, folks. That's interesting. Not too bad. Oh, wait. Yeah, thanks, Georgie. Yeah, you reminded me. I flipped them again. I keep forgetting I flipped them. Let me bring that back up. Sorry, guys. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. And I realized that on Saturday. Oh, yeah. It's better than I thought. The blocks and the steals are flipped, guys. So he actually had 1.5 blocks per game. He's really good at blocking shots. So 1.5 blocks a game in 18 minutes of play, which, I don't want to do the NBA thing, what they do when they equate everything over 30 minutes, but that would put him at 2.5 blocks per 30 minutes, which is really nice. Them 8.4 points from 18 minutes would go up to somewhere around 14 points per game. Those rebounds would be around 10 per game. So we're talking about he would be a double guy with 2.5 blocks. Wow. Yeah, he's interesting, guys. He's interesting. Yeah, it would be the Knicks would be the Southpaw Patrol. Facts. That's interesting though, guys. Interesting. So I mean, Huck Party is not bad. He could help us. He could work. Thank you, Jay. You know, both of y'all. See, these are loyal people that tune into the show and they realize. Thank you, guys. He said, I have league pass. I watch everybody. So even with Detroit, with those numbers that he put up, he still looked like he had a low motor, bro. I was hoping he played a little better because he had somebody to push him over there, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, he was over there in Detroit with Marvin Bagley, right? So those are two lefty bigs basically going at each other, fighting for minutes. So I thought that would kind of bring out something, good in him. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. It is what it is, guys. So the last question I want to ask you guys how you feel about it. Now that you know that we have lost Isaiah Hartenstein, we've talked about different things, different scenarios that they should consider, different people they should bring in. I would say out of everybody we talked about, the consensus is James Wiseman should be the big that we look at to target to bring in first. And if not, then we're starting to look at Mo Wagner and Dario Saric, whatever. We might be okay if Tibbs grows to trust Ariel Hartenstein as our new rookie from Australia. We'll see. We might have to go out and get Precious Achua and bring him back to help us, at least from the power forward standpoint. And he's a pretty good overall defender, team defender, and has his moments when he steps up big on the rebounding side, right? And let's not forget, he is a former first-round pick. So there's talent there. Just it's sporadic. Knowing all of that, knowing everything we got going on, knowing that around the league, people are making moves. Philadelphia has, signed Paul George. So you now got Paul George, Maxey, and Embiid over there. They're going to be interesting. Orlando's making moves and bringing in players. I don't know what Indiana's doing yet. I don't know if they're going to do anything. The Bulls are still making moves. I would think that they would be blowing it up and trying to kind of retool and rebuild, but they're still fighting like they got to go, give it another shot. So, so the East is in a situation where Boston is still at the top. They're in a situation where it's not going to be easy for the Knicks, no matter what we thought or think. So how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like the Knicks are still one of the top teams in contention to go for the Eastern Conference title? How do you feel about that now? And let's not forget Cleveland Cavaliers are still out there. They may be moving off of, people we don't know yet. And they're still apparently working on a deal to bring back Donovan Mitchell for 5 years or 4 years, something like that. But Philadelphia is going to be better. Miami somehow will wind up being better no matter what they do. Boston's right there. Milwaukee might be better and healthier. So how do you guys feel? Do you feel like I felt like, with Hartenstein, the Knicks were going to be top 2, right? Without Hartenstein, I think the Knicks can be top 3. They could still be top 2 depending on how things work and how it shakes out, but I feel more confident in saying they should be top 3. But that does mean that they'd be fighting because now we're talking it's Boston, Milwaukee, the Knicks, and Philadelphia. Those are the 4, in my opinion. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you think the Knicks can be top 2 still, or do you think they're more top 3? Or do you think they're 4 because Philadelphia is better? What do you guys think? I would put it as a poll, but you can't really. I'm giving you too many options, so I can't put it as a poll. Nick Yak says Porty is already ahead of Sims. Yeah, you may be right. Shout out to Al Tango in the building. Salute Al Tango. Appreciate you. I like Isaiah Jackson. He would be perfect for us. He's CAA. Yeah, Isaiah Jackson. Indiana, right? Yeah. Keith Turner says we might not get anybody. Honestly, Tibbs might just roll with Mitch. It's true, we might have to, but I feel like they need some type of insurance. They need health. With that's just the only thing is just to have healthy bodies that can play the position. Because once the season starts, it gets a lot harder to get somebody in here unless you make a trade, and then you have to give up something for that. So I don't know. Yeah, Zach Levine is not looking too good right now. Good for him. He didn't want to come to the Knicks. His agent didn't want him to come to the Knicks. So good for him. I hope you get a wake up call, Zach. Great for you. Georgie says Wiseman can guard Embiid. Look it up, Ron. I seen the highlights. Interesting. Okay. Bodega Wi-Fi in the building. What's good? He says number one. You're not worried about no number two, nothing. Well, listen, I just want to say, look, things have to be earned, and Boston is still a really good team. If they lose Derek White, that might knock them down a bit, but they're still a very good team. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me get this off the screen. All right. Keith says can't go by highlights. That's what a lot of Knicks fans base their selection of a player on. I hear you. Oh, they extended Derek White. Okay, well, the Boston is Boston. You know what I mean? They are who we thought they were. What was that? I forgot who was that coach from the Jets. What was it? Herman Edwards. Oh no, it was Denny Green, I think, who said it back in the old football days. They are what we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. I think it was Denny Green who said that. No, Herm Edwards says you play to win the game, right? Darren Hood said the Hornets and the Nets are a mystery out in the Eastern Conference. They are. And so then there's other guys that we could look to possibly trade for one of their bigs. The Hornets have a guy who, could fit the Knicks system, but like I said, you got to trade for him. So I don't want to worry about that right now. I think it's best to kind of see if we could do this without giving up assets if we can. Unless we can find a way to give up just draft picks and bring in somebody. I don't want to really worry about that. Georgie says we're going to be number one. I like that, Georgie. Best of the worst or best of worst. Is Nerlens Noel as a third center a good idea? Knows the system, has played well in place of Mitch. Unfortunately, Nerlens Noel is done. He is finished, finito, washed up. It's no bueno for him. I used to like Nerlens, but after we paid him that money and he came back, he just kept getting hurt. He was already no mas. He was already what Roberto Duran, hands of steel. Oh man, this guy had the worst hands in basketball. Oh boy. Dude couldn't hold on to anything, man. Roberto Duran, baby, no mas. Yeah. Bodega says, watch Mo Wagner guarding Luca. He has a lot of heart. Okay. Like I said, I think Wiseman, to me, I know that you feel, Keith, you feel a certain way about his motor. I think say what you will. Tibbs has a way of bringing out the best out of these big guys, at least the guys who commit, right? Jericho is still a work in progress, but all the bigs, he's had a good job of bringing out the best in them. He might be able to work with James and get him going, all right? So I would say Wiseman's our first choice. Then I'd probably say Mo Wagner, and then maybe Thomas Bryant or Dario Saric in that order. And let me tell you, when we get there, it's very slim pickings. So I think they would most likely target the first two, Wiseman and Wagner. And who knows, maybe after targeting those first two, if they are on their radar, they might say, now we got to use some assets and trade for a big because, these other guys don't give us what we need. So you never know. give Boogie no, but I think Boogie actually retired from the NBA. And decided just to play overseas. That's what happened this year. Apparently, he had officially retired from the NBA. So I don't know how that works. Does that mean you um I don't know how that works, to be honest. I don't even know why you do it. If you're playing overseas, what's the point of even saying you're retired from the NBA? So I kind of feel like he did something, whereas now he can't come back, and he doesn't really intend to come back. So I don't know. I don't know how that works, bro. But I remember when it was announced because I covered it on the show. Um, yeah, Noel, we go from bad to worse, man. Hands. I'm not saying that, bro. You said it. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, old head said Cousins playing overseas means he might be in shape. I mean, he is probably, but he just like I said, apparently he retired from the NBA. Um, yeah, I remember the announcement. So I don't know how that works. Ugh. I don't know, man. Like I said, John, that's probably what they're doing. You know how the Knicks love to bring back the undersized big. It used to be Taj Gibson. Precious could be the new Taj Gibson. So they're probably trying to bring him back now. And I'm sure he would love to come back and be a part of what we got going on. But like I said, I would still take a flyer on Wiseman. If Wiseman could take the veterans minimum and I can convince him to take like 2 million or whatever it is to come back over here, I would do it just to have that insurance because we're going to be a terribly small team once again. Could a small team win a championship? Maybe. I just would prefer to have the best possible talent out there that we could have. We'll see. Al Tango says, I'm curious to see Jacob Toppin in Summer League. He supposedly in the lab gained some weight, stepped up his defense and 3-point percentage. I don't think he even makes the team, bro. I honestly don't even think he makes the active roster. You know, when Summer League starts, the Knicks can have up to like 20 players, something like that, right? Through the preseason. But once the regular season starts, that roster's got to be cut down to 15. I don't even think Jacob Toppin is going to be on the Knicks roster going forward. I think these young rookie guys all look very promising. And I just don't see how they keep Jacob Toppin unless they don't, they bring back Precious. They don't have enough money for anybody else, and they let Dadier go overseas, stay 1 year. Then there's one spot for Toppin, so he could be here. And I think he's the only person that's still currently signed under a two-way. The other two guys they let walk already. We'll see what happens, man. Listen, the Toppins they just have to be frustrated with New York. Like New York is not showing them a lot of love. So we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? Toppin could come out in the summer league and ball out. And let me tell you something. If Toppin goes in the summer league and balls out, then the Dadier kid, I definitely think Dadier starts somewhere else overseas because Toppin has kind of the pecking order. He would show that he gets a shot, right? He may not have the same type of skills that Dadier has, though. Okay. All right. Knicks are reportedly eyeing new contract, free agent power forward pressure Achua following Isaiah Hartenstein's departure. Yep. From Bleacher Report. Thanks, brother. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. And shout out to Jet Life for Life. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Dick Yak says if we don't sign two players, Toppin coming back. That may be the case. Like I said, he's still currently under the two-way contract stuff. So he's the only one still, technically out there. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Toppins may not be in the future for Knicks going forward. Once again, I want to thank everybody who tuned in. 134 across all platforms. Thank you for smashing that like button. Appreciate you guys for showing love to the show. I can't tell you how much it helps. Definitely love the support. Currently we are at 92 likes. I don't know if there's anybody who's watching that hasn't smashed that like button. Please smash the like button, show your love for the show, man. I appreciate it. It definitely helps. So that would be great and a nice ending to this night. Yeah, Mikkel P says Toppin might end in the two-way spot. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Corey Lee. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you. Salute. Queens in the building. Shout out to Corey Lee once again, y'all. If y'all haven't checked out the 718 Boys on Sundays at 10 a.m., 718 Boys, which is Corey Lee and my guy Boulevard. Appreciate y'all, man. On the Lawrence Tears Network with my guy Uncle Freezy. Shout out to Prezi the Boss in the building. Hulk Smash. Yeah, man. Listen, if you guys just tuning in now, hope you guys would consider being a part of that replay gang because I'm about to get off. So you can, watch the rewind, watch the replay, and see what we was talking about. We talked about the loss of Hartenstein, what that means for the Knicks going forward, how the Knicks stack up compared to the rest of the teams in the East, and then what the prospects are to bring in a backup center. Because the thought is that Mitchell Robinson will be the starter going forward. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. And listen to Elle, damn it. She says, press that heart, show some love for the show. Yes, please smash that like button. And also, guys, if you see on the show, on your YouTube screen, there is a actually. What happened to that? You guys notice? I guess did they stop doing that? I didn't even notice. It's gone. You guys notice that the thing is removed where you could hit the heart and the other things on the side? I don't know why I don't see it on my screen. Did they get rid of that? I know it was an experimental thing that YouTube was trying out. Maybe a lot of people just weren't even hitting it. So that's gone. Oh, interesting. Well, it is so much for that. I didn't even notice that was gone. All right. I guess they didn't love the experiment. Rewind selector. Yes. We said raid 100 people in the building. Yes. So press the chat first. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. My reactions are turned on. Yep. I got them turned on. I don't know what happened with that. That's weird. Well, whatever. It is what it is. All right, guys. Once again, I thank you for being here and rocking with me, man. Oh, so Nick Yak says he's got the heart. I don't know why I don't got it. Maybe they're trying to stop me from hitting the heart on my own show. I don't know. That's weird. Yes. All right, guys. We got to 101 likes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for smashing that. Yeah, cool. All right. Y'all still see it? Yeah, smash them hearts, heart it up, hit the thumbs up, whatever they got, the smiley faces, hit all that good stuff, man. Show your love for the show, man. Appreciate it. It definitely helps the algorithm. YouTube apparently wants to see that stuff. So, you're doing me a service when you do that if you enjoy the show. Yeah. So the heart is still there. Give it a little tap. Thank you. Thank you, L. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nick Yak. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Once again, I want to thank everybody who's tuned in. As I always say, man, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick fans. We'll be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9 p.m. ish. Tonight was a little technical difficulties, maybe delay the show, but it is what it is. Usually 9 p.m. when you see me chopping up my brother Ron. That's me, my brother John, and my boy Jose on the ones and twos. And then also definitely look for me possibly in the middle of the week. Maybe I'll do a show about the NBA on Nothing But Knicks, or I might even do a little hip hop stuff on the Front Stoop channel on YouTube. I'm looking forward to doing a Front Stoop very soon about the state of hip hop these days. There's been some interesting stuff going on. This Kendrick Lamar stuff, what he's done for the culture, the Drake stuff, and how it's affecting his career. And it's just a very interesting how this whole thing is turning. And then where is hip hop these days, man? What can we look forward to? Like the boom bap era is over. Atlanta hip hop is the new rage. It's the whole scene these days. And is that the best thing for music? You know, the BET Awards just happened. Did y'all like that? Did y'all check that out? Did y'all like the acts and the performances? This is where things are, you know, they're at these days. So I want to talk a little bit about that type of stuff and kind of get into it. But yeah. Shout out to DJ Cash 1984 in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Good to see you, brother. He said James Wiseman is the piece we need to look at. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that might be it. Lawrence Tears, my guy Uncle Freezy in the building. What's good? Salute. He says, Ron, ? This is confusing. What are you confused about, brother? Before I get out of here, what's going on? What you confused about? What's happening? Let me know. Yeah, it's time for Ron to sleep. Yeah. It's time for Ron to eat dinner. That's what it's time for Ron to do. I'm out here, starving in these streets, talking this Knick talk. My dinner is waiting for me to heat it up. Let me know what's confusing, Freezy, if you can. I wish you would have been here earlier, man. You could have chopped it up with me. Man. All right. Well, I don't know. Something confused Freezy, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I'll probably talk behind the scenes and figure out what he's talking about. But I appreciate you guys once again. Good night to all of y'all. Listen, man, Knicks are in a good spot. Don't like I said, don't panic, don't get too crazy. We're still in a very good spot. They can make a move that can help us, but we got a really good team that we can work with. There's some nice young players on this team that can fill certain roles if we need them to. I think we might be better off than you think. Shout out to my guy Mega NYK. Salute to my guy SKF Ron in the chat. Appreciate you, Mega, as always. Like I said, guys, please be a part of that replay gang for whatever you missed. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right. I think that's about it. That's all I got. I'm gonna go eat something that's probably not good for me, and it's damn late, and then I gotta go to bed. So eating on a full stomach is not good either. Don't listen, you young people out there, don't do what I do. This is not the way to live. Anyway, appreciate all y'all. Take it easy. I will catch you on the next one. Let's see. What do we want to close with today? Might as well close with the robot, right? Yeah, let's close with the robot. All right. I'm out, y'all.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.